Hey math kids, let's finish up that problem I ran out of time to do. So what we did is we found the derivative, and that's what this thing is in blue. Here's our original function. And so what we want to find is increasing and decreasing intervals. And so since we have the derivative, we just need to know where the derivative is positive and negative, where derivative equals 0. That's what I meant to say. So if we set this equal to 0, we multiply both sides by the bottom. And that cancels the entire bottom. And so, and over here, times by 0 just stays 0. And so we're really just left with something pretty simple. And so we have negative 2x equals 0. And then we also have x minus 3 equals 0. And so we add 3 to both sides and divide by negative 2. And so we get x equals 0 and x equals 3. Okay, we do a sign diagram with that. We get 0, we get 3. Now another thing we have to consider is asymptotes. So if I plug in a positive 1, I'm going to get a vertical asymptote because that would create division by 0. If I plug in negative 3, same thing occurs. So if you remember back when we first learned about sign diagrams, we care about all of those things. And so I'm going to choose negative 4, I'm going to choose negative 1, I'm going to choose 1/2, I'm going to choose 2, and I'm going to choose 4. Now, if I just plug these in one at a time, now I only care about the top. If I plug in a negative 4 here, it ends up being positive. Plug in a negative 4 here, it's negative. Multiply those together, I get a negative answer. If I plug in a negative 1, positive. Negative, still negative. So both those are negative. Now, if I plug in 1/2, that's going to still be negative. 1/2, still negative. Negative times negative, it's positive. Plug in a 2, negative. Plug in a 2, negative. And so I end up with negative times negative, which is also positive. Plug in a 4, get negative. Plug in a 4, get positive. And so that ends up being negative. Okay? And so what happens is we're decreasing over these intervals with the negatives, and we're increasing for the other ones. But the way that we're going to write it, so like increasing, we're going to say from 0 to 1, not including 1 though, because it's an asymptote. So we're going to say like from 0 to 1, like that. Notice how there's no equal sign right there. And then we go from 1 to 3. So we're going from like 0 to 3, but we're like excluding 1. Now, if we're talking about decreasing, we're going to do kind of the same thing. So when we're less than 4, not including 4, but when we're just less than 4. Now when we're in between negative, or not 4, sorry, that's negative 3. I got to do the yellow numbers. So negative 3, and then negative 3, not including negative 3, but up to 0, and including 0 because it's not an asymptote. And then this one, it's just when we're greater than or equal to 3. Okay, if you need additional help, please come to Math Lab. Until then, calculate.